What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 7 of the LAL Open, number 6, up in beautiful Acton, Massachusetts. This is Patrick. I got Jerry on the line with me. What's up, Jerry?
Not much, Patrick, not much.
So we are here in round 7. We got a couple of our top candidates here for top 8 here, playing it out, trying to make their way.
Not quite locked yet.
Not quite locked. I believe they're both X and 1 right now.
Yes, winner of this is most likely going to be in top 8.
Yes.
We have Bryant Cook on Totally Epic Spells.
Yep.
Is how I believe it's.
I thought it was exciting.
Oh, yes, you're right. Totally Exciting
Yes,
Spells.
yes. And Evan Flynn is on the good deck, Blue Red Delver.
What's wrong with Exciting Spells?
Nothing. I'm just saying the good deck.
Okay.
So Evan's deck here is running the Brazen Borrower Dreadhorde Arcanist package. We see a couple True Name Nemesis and 2 Young Pyromancer. Let's see. Looking at the sideboard, he's got a Narset in there. Pretty cool. But as far as the main deck goes, I kind of like him in this matchup. He's running 2 Spell Pierce, a Force of Negation, and 4 Force of Will, along with 4 Days. So he's got some interaction for Bryant's deck.
I gotta favor Bryant because very different from traditional test lists.
Yeah.
Bryant's running 4 Veil of Summer, 2 Defense Grid.
Right.
Main deck Defense Grid.
He is ready for that interactive Magic.
He came to meta.
Yeah, he came to meta. He came to play interactive Magic by saying, you can't play Magic today.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there were any ninjas. There were Boneless Bant, the Bant Spirits list I saw in the room.
Oh, that was around? Okay.
That was around. I have not seen any ninjas lists in the room, but I also have not looked too closely. There are a lot of players today.
Yeah, 146 players came out to play today. We had an actual, I think this is the first actual 5K we've gotten to run, right?
I believe so, yeah.
First time we've hit 5K, which is super exciting. So we are waiting for our feature match to begin here. I'm going to give him the go-ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, prize payout is pretty sweet. First place is going to be walking away with $1,600. Second place is coming away with $1,000. Third and fourth are getting $500 each, and 5th through 8th are getting $250 each. So definitely making it worth your time to top 8 this event. Best dressed besides myself, I think it has to go to Ian McCune, Marty McFly. If you want to know what Ian's wearing, just Google Michael J. Fox Back to the Future, and you'll know exactly what he's wearing.
All right, so Evan's leading off here on Scalding Tarn.
Cracking it for a basic. Now,
What?
maybe he doesn't know who he's up against.
He has to know. He has to know.
Yeah, but playing around Wastelands?
He has to know who he's playing against right now. It's Bryant Cook.
Yeah, maybe it's just natural to lead on the basic.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, Legacy Unchained didn't fire.
Nope.
People said they wanted it. People said they were excited for it.
And then he didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
You suck.
So, unfortunately, no Legacy Unchained did not fire. I guess people who scrubbed out were not in the side event mood today.
Yep. Or they're still playing the main event, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that too. I know a few people who are really excited for Legacy Unchained are still playing in the main event.
Yep. Maybe the next time when we have a 2-day event, we'll have the Legacy Unchained as one part, as a day 2 thing.
Yeah.
I agree. Snowlands are a travesty. Although at least he's playing the good ones, so that's good.
And Underground Sea from Bryant. Is Evan running Wastelands in his Blue Red Delver list or no?
He is running 4 Wastelands, yeah.
4 Wastelands,
Yep.
okay. And Wishclaw Talisman.
Oh, yeah.
Bryant. That's hard. That's a hard card to make out. It basically
is.
looks like a blob.
Yeah, it does. It does. Bryant's known for his foily Japanese TES deck, so.
Also signed.
Yes, of course, signed. Wishclaw Talisman, a card that when it was previewed, we thought would have a spot somewhere.
I thought it was great. I've been playing Wishclaw Taliesin and Blue Black Omnitel. It's been really great in that list. Bryant has definitely had some success with it in tests. Definitely seeing play.
So the Wishclaw gets forced. Evan says, you can't have that. Because generally speaking, when the test pilot plays Wishclaw Talisman and activates it, you're not going to get a chance to activate it yourself.
Exactly. You are losing that game.
Yeah, you are losing it the game, usually that turn.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Roland Chang's deck is also very, very pretty. If you like foils, it is very nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Roland has scrubbed out of the event. I was talking to him earlier, but he's still in good spirits.
Yeah, I just said hi to him. It looks like he's having a good time, and excellent Magic player. We got to see him play earlier in the tournament.
Yep. He said all of his cards are doing well, so he's living vicariously through his friends who he lent cards to, because they're all still alive for top 8.
Well, that's great. That's great.
It's great when, like, you drive to the event and you lend your decks out to your friends, and then your friends top 8. And then you have to stick around and wait for them.
Well, them's the breaks.
Good guy, Roland.
Yep. All right, here's Dreadhorde Arcanist. Passes the turn. Evan's hoping he gets to just replay that Ponder for free.
Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist typically doesn't get to activate too often in this matchup.
No, I imagine. All right, here's Defense Grid.
That's going to be key for Brian. If Brian's playing that this turn, he's probably going to start storming either this turn or next turn.
Yeah, so tough that Evan had to tap out for that there.
Brian's definitely seizing that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, even if he had a spell PR. So here's a Force of Negation. All right, so I thought Force of Negation could only target instants or sorceries. Am I crazy?
Non-creature.
Oh, non-creature. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if it would see as much play as it does if it was just instants and sorceries.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe it would. I mean, it's usually countering instants and sorceries, but...
Speak for yourself.
Zach disagrees.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so Evan in the tank here. So the two pieces that Bryant's tried to play right now. All right, so he puts down a Young Pyromancer, makes a very handsome elemental token, I must say, and gets to cast.
Is that a Joe Pesci elemental token?
I hate you. I look nothing like Joe Pesci.
You kind of look a little bit like Joe Pesci.
What are you talking about? I might get animated like Joe Pesci and violent like Joe Pesci. All right, so Dreadhorde Arcanist gets in there for 1. It makes a token when he casts the Ponder, and Evan is shuffling off that Ponder and looking for the top card of his deck here. Now, one thing he's been able to do is keep Bryant off the pieces to his deck that he wants to win the game here. So he's forced the Talisman. He's negated the Defense Grid.
He's running out of counter magic, I feel.
He's gone through quite a bit. But, he's just making sure that Bryant isn't able to drop these little pieces that will help him combo off that turn. Defense Grid would have been a backbreaker for sure in this matchup.
Spiciest deck we've seen today.
Another Talisman here.
On camera, I'd have to say is probably Dino Stompy is the spiciest we've seen on camera.
That lost to the Eldrazi post deck, correct?
Yes, correct.
Did you see any dinosaurs get cast out of that deck? Because I didn't see any dinosaurs.
No, I did not. And also, there is an actual factual Dinosaur Stompy that's literally just every creature in the deck is a dinosaur.
Right.
That is also in the room today.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's what I expected it to be, and then it was like, Excavator and who's the guy that makes the clue tokens?
Tireless Tracker.
Yeah, Tireless Tracker. Yeah. So he has Burning Wish.
Yeah. And yes, that Defense Grid should be exiled in Mr. Cook's graveyard. Unless he casts Echo of Aeons, though, I don't think it's going to be relevant.
That is an Echo of Aeons.
All right.
Could you just let him know that Defense Grid should be exiled? Sorry, Zach.
I'm going to see if we can get that fixed quickly. As I say, it's not going to matter unless he takes the card out of his sideboard that literally makes it matter.
Yeah. There we go.
And
Thank you very much for catching that. It's amazing how 213 people watching a match can pick up on things that other people don't pick up on.
Yeah. Not that this has ever happened at any of the Leaving Legacy events, but I know at like Star Cities and Grand Prixes all the time, like so many cheaters have been caught because of the people watching at home.
Big time. Big time. Yeah, no, we haven't had that issue here, which has been great.
I feel like if you're going to scumbag a Legacy tournament, it's like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can just do it in Standard and for a lot less money. All right, so we got another token here made. Here's Preordain. And he's going to look at the top two here. Takes the top. And he's going to bang in there for 4.
Don't think Mr. Cook cares very much about that.
No, Bryant's life total isn't that big of a deal for him, right?
The only life total that really matters for Brian is the last one.
Yes, exactly. Now, Bryant's test doesn't run anything like ad nauseum, correct?
No, he is not running.
He's on like the Rite of Flame, like he's on the Rite of Flame, Mox Opal, Chrome Mox.
Yeah, he's really. I mean, Echo of Aeons is his ad nauseum, basically.
He is running one copy of. He's running one copy of ad nauseum. So
is he? I don't. See, oh yeah, you're right.
So his life total does matter sometimes, but
don't mind me. I'm blind.
It's okay. All right, and we got the life total squared away there. Polluted Delta from Evan. He's got a small army of elemental tokens here, so Bryant's got to hope to draw. I mean, I guess what could he use in this game? Chain of Vapor, I suppose, would be worth it.
For what? You're thinking Echoing Truth.
Oh, I am thinking of Echoing Truth.
And also, I just really don't like the play of Echoing Truth tokens. That's really only buying you a little amount of time, and you're still getting beat by the Pyromancer itself and the Dread Horde.
True, but those are 2 and 1 power creatures when there's 4 power of elemental tokens on the board, so that's worth noting. But I hear what you're saying.
So, Echo of Aeons would be nice. He has the Wishclaw Talisman that he can really find whatever he wants. It's really just, does he have all of the pieces in his hand, enough mana and enough spells to get the storm count high enough?
Is Rich Shea still alive for top 8? I haven't looked at the stand. I didn't look at the standings too closely. I didn't see him in the top 10 tables, but I could be mistaken. I certainly could have just gone over his name. But he was having a good time with with that new combo deck. Have you seen that one, Jerry? You actually were playing that Jess. Yeah, you were playing that Jess guy.
I've been playing a bunch of Breach online. Yeah. It's been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely, though, a lot different playing Underworld Breach in paper compared to online. With Magic Online, you have your training wheels on.
Right.
Much more difficult in paper, it turns out, which Rich actually found out because we had a judge call because he forgot which cards he exiled with Breach.
Yeah. That's just one of those, not dexterity things, but like you said, just one of those things that you just don't mentally check in for when you're playing it on Moto.
Right. And Brian's storming off, by the way.
Thank you to Summon Legend for the Twitch Prime subscription. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
That is awesome. Our third one today. That's pretty amazing. You guys are great.
This is round 7 of 8 plus top 8. So after this round, there will be one more and then top 8. 146 players today.
Yeah, 146 players. This is officially a 5K, which is pretty awesome. You don't see a lot of Legacy 5Ks firing off. We're lucky to be doing it up here in at Gaming Etc. in Acton, Massachusetts.
Hell yeah. Yeah. We were 4 people short of making a 5K, but Michelle, the owner of Gaming Etc. up here, was like, you know what? Let's do it anyways.
Do it for the brand.
Exactly. So, she put the money up to make it a 5K, and that's awesome.
So the Twitch Prime, I've actually never gotten any money from them. I think you have to have a certain amount to even get the money from the subs. But all the money we get due from our Patreon, they pay for our editor, who edits the podcast for us, because Jerry and I just don't have time to do that. And it also funds a lot of the stuff that we do for the events. So all the money that comes in eventually goes back out to the community, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, all the prizes we do for the charity drives, those get paid for. And then also just going to fund the costs of running the event.
Exactly.
Because there's also We give out probably $200 or $300 worth of booster packs to the headhunters
Yep.
because for people playing in the actual events, we have bounty hunters around that. If you beat the bounty hunter in the event, you get assigned to them, and you end up beating them. You win the booster pack and some quality packs. It's
Yeah,
like,
you gave out. What did we give out today?
Onslaught, Tempest,
Tempest is awesome. That's one of my favorite sets.
Prophecy, Apocalypse, OG Innistrad.
There was a Fallen Empires pack somewhere in there. Yeah.
As is tradition, we do have to have the singleton troll copy of Fallen Empires.
Absolutely.
And there's the Echo of Aeons.
Yep. Storm count is 5.
Yeah, really. So I've actually played against Bryant twice
Here's a
online
Force.
with this version of the deck, and he can't. Even though there's only a single Echo of Aeons in the deck, he plays it pretty consistently. He played it every time we played, which is why I originally thought that he wasn't running ad nauseum anymore, because that's all I had seen out of him in our matches. And yes, he always can activate Talisman to grab whatever he needs, including a Veil of Summer, which is pretty good. You know, tutor for a Veil, activate it off your Lotus Petal.
Seems good.
Seems pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm missing the reference, Bedosai, about Grid and Flynn. Is Flynn the artist of Grid?
All right, so here's LED. Storm counts up again. I think Bryant has enough to end the game here.
Well, I mean, it's really just playing around Flynn.
Right.
You know, knowing what Flynn has in hand and what sort of counter magic is on the other side.
Crack LED. There's Daze.
Days is kind of a blowout.
Indeed. So now, is this for Echo of Aeons? They're shuffling their...
Yep, they are
Their
shuffling
library and
their
graveyard.
library and graveyard together.
Draw a new 7?
Yep.
Interesting.
Now, Bryant really needs to draw some Lotus Petals.
Yes.
Because he has already made his land drop and he had to pay for days. So that got rid of the Lotus Petal that was in play.
Yep.
Thanks, Zoom. And Rasslin. Thanks. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about this, that, you know, Legacy GP's going away didn't kill Legacy. All that means is that Legacy's back to its organic grassroots growth it was before, because, you know, before Star City Games and GPs really picked up, Legacy had a really strong grassroots tournament scene. You know, I remember going to, like, driving down to Jupiter Games and playing in their series. Die Hard Games had some really nice dual lands Legacy series. And yeah, prices are going down, but that's actually a good thing, because what I'm hoping is we're going to see more of the old school style 40 dual land tournaments, where, you know, first prize is a playset of Underground Seas, second prize is a playset of Volcanic Islands. You know, those used to be the bread and butter of the Legacy scene back in the day, in like 2006, 2007.
Yep.
So I'd really like to go back to those days.
Yeah. I think Legacy is best played in your local game stores, personally. I love playing it. I love playing it here at Gaming Etc. It's been awesome. We have a couple stores in the area that are just, you know, just great for Legacy. So really appreciate that Michelle goes out of her way to keep the format alive.
For sure.
They got a 1K going on in a few weeks over here too.
Yeah,
in March, which
another
is pretty awesome.
Legacy 1K.
Which
in
I
March.
might try to play in, because I have not played in the Legacy event because
playing
we've been
it.
streaming all of them.
True.
So I'm pretty excited for that.
I thought Brian already made his land drop. Maybe I was mistaken, but I thought he had already made his land drop for the turn.
So at this point, Jerry, like, how much of an edge do you think Bryant has right now over Evan?
I think very good. Unless Evan, so that's the thing with Echo of Aeons is it's Wheel of Fortune, and it's a spin of the wheel because Evan could have restocked with a handful of counter spells. Brian could have whiffed. It really comes down to like what he got, and the fact that Brian is just really digging with the brainstorms right now makes me think that he didn't really get that great of a hand.
Right. Now, it's interesting because right now, if Bryant isn't able to pull it off here, he is likely very dead on his next turn. Because Evan can just activate Wish Claw to get like a Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Wish Claw gets anything in your main deck, right?
And Bryant knows that and is scooping it up right here. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate. Bryant was going off, and Echo of Aeons just didn't quite get there.
I think that Days ended up being a bigger deal than...
That's what I said. Like, that Days was an absolute blowout.
Yeah, it was a
like,
big deal.
Making him pop that Lotus Petal was huge.
All right, so looking at the sideboards here, Evan's got a couple of things he can bring in. He has copies of Abrade that aren't terrible. He can blow up defense grids, things like that. Also has Grafdigger's Cage, which, let's see, looking at Bryant's deck, Cage
doesn't do anything,
no,
but he
it's not
might
gonna help
he
much.
might still bring it in. A lot of people get Tess and Ant confused. I know I do at times as well. So he might think he's playing against Ant and bring in Cage.
Well, if it was me, I'm probably bringing in because he's got access to Narset as well, Parter of Veils, which is kind of cool. But certainly Pyrostatic Pillar seems good.
Definitely.
The Null Rod I would definitely bring in. And then you could convince me to play some number of Abrades or maybe even the Narset just to shut off the ability for Brian to draw any cards outside his turn.
Yeah, I would say Brian on his side of things is probably going to bring in some number of Empty the Warrens to compete with those Young Pyromancer tokens and try and win that way. And he might bring in Grave Trap. See, it's really hard with the wish boards.
Right.
What cards do you bring in? What cards do you not? But Brian's probably going to bring in his Abrupt Decays to counter anything like the Pyrostatic Pillars, like you mentioned.
Yep.
And then also probably some number of Empty the Warrens to, try and win on the token front.
Yeah, so Evan taking down game 1 here. We are going into game 2 as both our players sideboard. I still think Bryant on the play is very dangerous here. Evan being on the draw, like his days has become a little bit less relevant. His things like Chain Lightning aren't that great. You really don't want a lot of Sorcerer Speed interaction with the TES deck. That being said, he does have a lot of counter magic in the main deck. He is running 4 days, 4 4s, 2 Spell Pierce, and a Force of Negation. So he's probably going to keep all that in, and then, like I said, bring in some of those cards that'll be a little bit more impactful in the second game. Mainly, like I said, Pyrostatic Pillar and the Null Rod. Those are 2 cards I think would be all-stars in this matchup.
For sure. For those wondering about the Leaving a Legacy logo, Leaving a Legacy actually started up pretty soon after OG Innistrad came out. Innistrad, Avacyn Restored, I want to say. Or at least we had the logo designed shortly after that. I think the podcast was a little bit before that. So the logo design is actually a yin-yang sign of an angel's wing and a devil's horn. It's a little hard to see when it's just the straight black text, but the right-hand side is the angel's wing and the left-hand side is a devil's horn.
Yeah, the Grizzlebrand horn, right?
The Grizzlebrand horn and the Avacyn wing.
Yeah.
Pat's over here debating with me the origins.
Because I very much remember. I very much remember, but it's all good. I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remember, but it's all good. Because I very much remem
I do love Grizzlebrand. That's why it's a demon horn. I do love Grizzle Daddy. Pat will always maintain that it's an amorphous blob because he has no imagination.
No, that's not. No, the thing is that I very much remember the.
Oh my God, demons and devils are the same thing.
They are not the same thing, Jerry.
Real, if you convince your wife to name your child Grizzlebrand, you can have a spot on the podcast. Every time I hear people talking about naming their kids after Magic cards, I remember the Cardboard Crack comic strip. And it's like a bunch of people standing around. It's like, let's name our kids after our favorite Magic characters. It's like, here's Jace, here's Liliana, and then the one's like, here's my child Phyrexian Dreadnought. They're just like, it's like what? Listen, demons and devils, for all intents and purposes, they both died of holy water, okay?
Demons and devils are not the same, and Jerry has made the same mistake when we play in our D&D game, and he offended my tiefling character quite a bit. So, and yes, that's the nerdiest thing I've ever said. That's the nerdiest sentence I've ever said in my life.
I tried to steal Pat in the underworld because it's where he belongs.
He did. He tried to steal me in the abyss.
Same thing.
Again, not the same.
You guys care too much about details. I'm an ideas man. Big ideas.
Right. All right, so Bryant here is leading off on Scalding Tarn.
What's up, Johan? Thanks for tuning in. I hope Belgium is wonderful today.
Evan with a volcanic pass.
Yeah, they got some land going.
So no threats right now from Evan, which is interesting.
It's making me think that Evan probably has a spell pierce in hands. The fact that he left that volcanic island up with nothing to play off of it, you always kind of have in the back of your mind, it's like, I really don't want to get turn ones by...
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially when you're up a game, right? So you're able to keep a little bit more risky hands when you're up a game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree, Morphling. It is like saying Phyrexians and Eldrazi are the same thing.
I mean, they're both bad guys, right?
Are the Eldrazi bad guys?
Of course the Eldrazi are bad guys. Unless you're just like thinking it's like our viruses bad guys.
Yeah.
They're just...
What is the nature of bad to you?
What's
the nature of evil?
They're against me.
Okay. Okay. So you're a relativist. I like it.
It's like if I get into a fight with the Pope is evil.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I am
I
a
would
relativist.
like to see you fight the old Pope. That'd be
I could
fun.
take the Pope.
I think you'd take the Pope. In or out of the Pope mobile?
He can have the Pope mobile.
Okay. Would you drag him out of the Pope mobile?
No, I would tip it over. That thing
okay.
I think it's very top heavy.
It is very top heavy. Yeah.
You guys can take...
the Pope mobile not good for off-roading.
No.
Confirmed. So there is a match of Magic going on here. Bryant has resolved his Brainstorm and a Ponder, and Evan is going to Brainstorm as well. All right, he's Daze and a Force Negation, and I believe a Volcanic Island came off the top of his deck here. So he's got some cards to put back. But Daze and Force Negation, 2 cards I would not hate in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, basically any counter Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I'd want more than counter Magic is discard.
I'm kind of surprised he fired off that Wasteland on the Trop, but I guess he's maybe worried about Veil of Summer.
Yeah, like Tropical Island as a Wasteland target against Storm decks went way up in value because, at first all it was really for Xantid Swarm and Abrupt Decays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's Surgical Extraction.
Yeah, I wonder what he's surgicaling.
Either the Brainstorm or the Ponder, I assume.
Unless
is that 3 Rite of Flame?
That is 3 Rite of Flame.
Yikes.
3 Rite of Flame. Wow.
3 Rite of Flame, a Lotus Petal, a Burning Wish, and a Lion's Eye Diamond.
So Bryant could go off his next turn if he thinks Evan doesn't have anything left in hands. Because Lotus Petals, Rite of Flames, Burning Wish, Empty the Warrens is going to be lights out.
Right. And he is surgicaling. We are not sure yet. Not Brainstorm, so he's surgicaling
Ponders.
Ponder.
Yeah, surgicaling
Interesting. Okay, is that just because he gets more looks at cards with Ponder than he does with Brainstorm?
Yeah, I don't think it mattered. Well, also he was probably hoping to catch a Ponder in Bryant's hand. Like maybe he figured Bryant, if he had a Brainstorm, would have used it already.
Yep.
Trolls and goblins are different because one's bigger than the other.
Oh, jeez. We're still on this. So, surprisingly, he's only going to find, it looks like, 1 copy of Ponder in the deck right now.
Bryant? Yeah, did Bryant sign him out?
He plays 4. I think he might have sided out a couple ponders.
Wow, that's the real gotcha.
So he's got. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, they're there.
Okay.
Why do you lie to me, Pat?
Okay,
Why would his Storm deck
I'm
slide
sorry.
out its
It looked like
cantrips?
he had only pulled out 2, so I was mistaken. Yeah, Joseph, that's a good catch. He did bring it empty the Warrens.
I said that.
Yeah, but Joseph said that.
Oh, but it sounds better when Joseph says it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason. Jason, my mistake.
Yeah, gremlins. Goblins and gremlins are pretty much the same thing.
What are you talking about? You're crazy. You are crazy. Now, what I hope Bryant does is leave his hand face up for us.
Nope.
No. It's okay, Bryant. I'm not mad. And here's Dreadhorde Arcanist. So Evan feels safe tapping out for Dreadhorde. Worth noting.
Or he realizes that if Brian's going to do something, there's nothing he can do to stop it anyways.
Yeah, like the mana doesn't matter. That's certainly possible as well. Evan does have a copy. I think he has at least 1 daze and 1 force negation in his hand right now.
Yep. And
He may have more. Bryant just
Brian
passes the
passed
turn.
back.
Okay, well, Dreadhorde Arcanist here is now going to eat the Brainstorm.
That's also kind of a power move.
Oh, no,
tapping out like that. Evan saying it's like, I know what your hand is. I'm still going to tap out.
Yep.
Because
That's fair.
I can deal with whatever you have in your hands.
Oh. That. Okay. All right, so we got Ponder here from Evan.
Sorry for the radio silence for a second. We had to discuss some things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell the judge? Okay.
So in comes Arcanist. And flashing back a Ponder here.
Considering.
It looks like the third one down might be a bolt, but I could be mistaken.
See, when I cast Ponder, I just believe in the heart of the cards, so I just shuffle them and then put them back
Here comes
without
Young
looking at
Pyromancer,
them.
and he passes the turn.
So we now have a clock from Evan developing.
Right, for sure. And if Bryant starts to go off with anything, I mean, Evan's got some counter magic in his hand. It's going to start dumping out some tokens here.
I wonder if Brian's trying to get that Veil of Summer, looking for a little bit of protection before he goes off.
Certainly possible. How many Tropical Islands does Bryant have in his deck?
1 Tropical Island.
Okay, well,
but
that's
he
been wastelanded, so he doesn't have...
He has the Lotus Petal.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. Here's Brainstorm.
Nice Joe Pesci counter. Token, I mean, not counter.
I'm not going to even acknowledge that statement anymore.
All right.
It looks nothing like Joe Pesci. Way too handsome.
Brendan Fraser.
All right, that's fine. He's good.
You'll take a Brendan Fraser?
Yeah, I'll take a Brendan Fraser. He looks pretty good. All right, in comes Young Pyromancer and Dreadhorde Arcanist for 3. And flashing back at Ponder. Or, sorry, a Brainstorm. And Evan's just got all the cards at this point.
Tokens and counters are pretty much the same thing. What are words?
2 cards go back.
Looks like he's passing the turn.
Appears to be. Yep, Bryant draws. Now, Bryant's got a full grip here, which is like...
I think he might have
you
8.
don't want to see from a test pilot all the time.
He might have to discard if he doesn't play anything. Oh, there's the land.
Well, we know he has 3 Rite of Flames in his hand.
He's got plenty of mana.
Yeah.
I think he just knows that Evan has counter magic.
Right.
Elemental token off Young Pyromancer.
Yep. The Dreadhorde flashback, a spell, and then he got the Pyromancer token with it.
That's what we call value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people don't really talk about them anymore, but there's the cycle of 2-drops, rare 2-drops for each color. And for the longest time, everyone always said that Young Pyromancer filled that slot, but everyone was kind of not super happy with that since Young Pyromancer is an uncommon and the rest are rares. I think Dreadhorde Arcanist is the official finisher of the cycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Dreadhorde Arcanist, Bob, Snapcaster Mage, Tarmogoyf, and Stoneforge Mystic.
Oh, Stoneforge Mystic.
Mentor costs 3.
Oh, right.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Do. Shuffle.
All right.
Now, Bryant's. Who says there's a lot of shuffling in Legacy? Come on.
I mean, there's really not that much watching. There's not that much wrestling.
Wrestlerkin's daughters. You guys should totally play Legacy because it's awesome. And you get to spend quality time with your father. That's great. Or mother.
And
I don't actually
also,
know.
Also you can like get good enough where you can just beat him consistently.
Yeah.
You can just be better at a game than your father, which is even better than just spending time with him.
Yeah.
Is defeating your father.
Yeah, circle of life. Really.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Go get him.
Bryant is hydrating.
Yep. Hydrating mid match, which I appreciate.
Very important.
Yep. He's got to get that Mountain Dew.
It's true.
All right. No worries. Well, they're in the middle of a judge call right now with Bryant. So we're gonna go to our other match to see if that's still going.
This match has been paused and perfect timing, as is tradition every time we switch matchups.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just hang out here. We'll wait for this judge call to be fixed, to be resolved here. But at this point, I think Bryant is in a tough spot. Evan's got a commanding board state. He's got a full grip of cards, and Bryant, again, like you said, he has got all the mana in the world, but nothing to do with it right now.
Yeah, I think Evan is a little ahead just in the fact that we know what Bryant's hand is, and he still doesn't feel comfortable going off with that.
Mm-hmm. So we'll be back. We're gonna leave this camera on. We're gonna be back in just a minute once they figure this call out.
Well, while we wait for this judge call to resolve, what's everyone at home been playing in Legacy? Anyone got anything spicy that they've been doing up? Wow, all of you gossipers just wanted to know what the judge call is for. We're going to hold off on saying what the judge call is until the investigation has been completed, so we don't spread any vicious rumors. Man, lots of Sylvan Plug in the room, actually. I saw probably 3 or 4 Sylvan Plug lists. Oko and lands. I guess I should ask, what type of Oko deck is everyone playing? Blue-green Omni is really nice. I was saying earlier on stream that I honestly think blue-green Omni is the best show and tell deck right now, and the only reason why more people aren't playing it is because of the price tag on Eureka's. If Eureka wasn't such an expensive card that's only used in, well, basically a single deck, we would see a lot more blue-green Omni. What is the Ice Station Zebra? I have not heard of this.
Oh, come on. You know Ice Station Zebra.
What is Ice Station Zebra, Pat?
It's the Tin Fins variant.
Why is it called Ice Station Zebra?
Oh, come on. We talked about this in Niagara Falls with Josh.
Was I sober?
Probably not.
That's why I don't remember this deck. Eureka is cheap online. That is true. What is Okoblins, Jay? Jay Gat's playing Okoblins. Do I even want to know what that is?
Ice Station Zebra is the Tin Fins variant that has the what's the mage? Come on.
Meddling Mage?
No. The it's not a mage. It's a oh gosh. Someone help me out here with Ice Station Zebra.
All I'm getting is it's a
Hackbrick can tell you.
It's a mage.
No, it's not mage. It's mind mage, something like that.
Mind Mage?
No.
Bizarre Magus of the Mind?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Ice Station Zebra.
Yep. Where's the zebra come from?
Hackbrick just said it was Dark Depths of Snow. Antarctica is where Ice Station Zebra is located. Oh, right, because Ice Station Zebra has the Dark Depths variant. That's right. I was mistaken.
I'm so confused.
I like that Tom. Someone said Hex Mage, and Tom just burst in the chat like the fucking Kool-Aid man. That's the best.
Tom's
Does somebody
back.
say Hex Mage?
Hex Mage? Ice Station Zebra. Was it an alien movie? No, I'm thinking of The Thing or The Blob. What was the thing about like Antarctica and there's the shape
Thing.
shifter? It's The Thing?
Yeah, The Thing.
What's that movie with The Thing in it?
The Thing?
Yeah, like The Thing. It's in that movie. It's in Antarctica with the scientists.
The
And
Thing.
Yeah, I know The Thing, but like what's the movie called?
The Thing.
Yeah.
The
Like,
Thing.
With The Thing, right.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what's the movie called?
The Thing. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I know it's a great movie. I would like to know what it's called so I could watch it again at some point.
The Thing.
You're not helping.
Oh, Bryant is getting his load of Jerry tokens here.
He just sticks them in his pocket. I know you want what those for, Brian.
Look, he's taking more. Look, he's getting more. I would laugh if he just starts ripping them up one by one.
Oh, now he's got the Joe Pesci tokens.
No, those are the other tokens. Bryant dressed stylishly today, as always.
Very stylish.
Yeah, he's always a good-looking chap. That guy.
He was complaining about the temperature of the room earlier today, though.
Yeah, it was fairly cold in here.
It
I
was
guess.
a little
Yeah,
chilly.
Yeah,
I mean, it did snow this morning.
it did. Yeah, it is New England, but I think they got it under control, which is good. Man, I'm still like super happy that we had so many people show up today.
Yeah. Great turnout. I think this is also the highest number of viewers on stream.
Oh,
on
totally.
stream.
Yeah, totally. You guys have been amazing. All you people are hanging out with us, commenting in the chat. We had a bunch of subscriptions today, which is super amazing. And just, yeah, it's great. A bunch of people have hosted us and, retweeted us on Twitter to get people to watch the stream. So we really appreciate it so much. Michelle and the people over here at Gaming Etc. do a really great job of putting on this event. And Jerry and I are lucky enough to come here and stream it. And it's just a ton of fun for us. So we appreciate everyone hanging out and watching the event with us.
Yeah. Plus, if I'm here, I don't have to study for my exam, which is great.
Yeah, you keep saying you're studying for your exam, but I've never actually seen you or heard you studying. You're just playing Eve or, I don't know, shirking other responsibilities.
Yeah,